get your shit squared away.
What am I going to say? That never stopped me before, did?
I'm going to leave that in the video because I'm recording right now.
Are we? You see what we do all right? Okay, guys. Hi, guys. This is Chuck from the River Valley Railroad 2.5. Yesterday, Harold, Mark, Steve, and I were doing our annual 4th of July weekend get-together, and Harold ran trains for like 3 hours, never had a derailment. Here in a little bit, Mark is going to show you all the results from his hard work during the 105 to 112 degree temperature. Steve's over here right now working on the upper level. He's running some trains back and forth here.
How's it going, everybody?
So some of the things that's happened is, of course, we have wireless NCE throttles, but we also have a router hooked up to the computer so we can use our smartphones and our pads to operate trains. And just, you know, we've been having a good time this weekend so far. This is Sunday, and I'm going to not ramble a whole lot here, and Mark and I will work together here and show you some of the things that's been added. I'm really excited about some of the electronic stuff that's going to really enhance the operation of the railroad, and we're looking forward to when we can get things pretty well laid out and we can start doing some scenery. We got some bridges yet to build. I say we a lot, and Mark says when I say we, he says what he means is Mark, and that's true because I'm going all the time. But Mark has really done a hell of a lot of work over here, pardon my French, but he's just really worked himself off. And like I said, I'm not going to ramble anymore. We'll stop this part and then we'll get into showing you what River Valley Railroad 2.5
Hey guys, we're outside here looking at some of the latest additions and modifications that Mark's done over the last month to the helix. And he's going to turn the camera around here and I'll try to point, and then he can do the description of what's going on here. So I guess the first thing we might want to do is start showing how he's come off of the helix. And this has really great work. I mean, this isn't for show. This is never going to be seen. It's for function, and this stuff really does work. And the capabilities now with these different tracks coming off of here, we can turn trains around. And now I'm going to let Mark tell you about some of the things that he's done with the tortoise switch machines and the remote coupler parts of it.
Sure. Let's first go up here. The helix is a total, let me back up, it's a total of 6 levels tall from bottom to top. Because of the different routes I put in, between this one here, and then all the way up here is another one, I divided the helix up into 3 separate areas of possible reversing loops. That way, no matter which way we run this, it's never going to conflict. Like we've actually have already in a little operating session, we had a short train, a little like maintenance away train, sitting on this track as another train went around it to go up the helix. All 4 of the turnouts are on the helix are controlled via remote mount tortoises using a little wire here.
Yeah, this is actually a tubing with a wire inside of it.
Let me see if I can get that to focus there. And now all 4 of those are also controlled via an NCE switch 8 inside the room, which we program them each an address. You can see number 301, 302, the switch over there, that's 303, and that one's 304. That's about it, really. You can see my motion sensor system here.
Yeah, I told Mark, I said if we put bottle rockets on the 4 corners of this thing, we got us a spaceship we can go to the moon with.
There's still a few more things we're going to do out here. I'm going to add in, because we have a mini panel for the NCE system, I'm going to add in a detection area using BD20s on each of the basically the inlets of here, so that you can never run against your turnout and have a derailment in this room.
Because it's going to throw it for you.
Yeah, with that detection system, if a train enters that block, it'll automatically throw the turnout so it aligns for it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to walk on you, but
you know, just so people would know what we're talking about. So like, if the way this track is stowed right now, it's stowed for the helix. So if a train comes out of here, the detection systems that Mark is going to install, it will throw this turnout. So you'll never run across the points. And yeah, it's going to be really handy to have that.
All right, so
So now we go back inside and you can go over some of the things that you've done in there with the switch aid and show some of the things about, especially the upper level of what's done in there.
Sure.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute and Mark will show you some other stuff he's been working on. One of the key elements of the upper level now is over here. You can't see it, but coming out of the helix over there, right under this track, it comes out of the helix, goes underneath back there, and back in there you can see the train. I think if he can zoom in, that came off the helix. There you go, you got it. And then there's two turnouts so we connect these two pieces. But anyway, to get back to what's going on here, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to move out. Before, in order to get to the upper level, or to get down here, you had to come down the ski slope track here. So Mark put a crossing in here, added this cutoff out of the helix, and now the train comes in this way. And we're going to stop the film here, and we're going to start it up again when it gets ready to go. It's going around the track right now. That's what it's doing. It's going around the lower part of the upper level. And well, are we going to watch him run it all the way around?
We might as well. Basically, this idea is to force the railroad to seem larger. And the train has to go all the way around the lower level. As you can tell, we've been hanging out in here for a bit.
Now, don't mind the smell. If you have smell-o-vision on your YouTube channel,
we'll put the scratch and sniff in the mail for these people.
Yeah.
So as the train comes along, it goes along through the cut, and then this used to just kind of come along, and you'd either go in the yard
or throw a switch,
or back up the ski slope, depending which way you wanted to go. Now you are forced, except for this hidden crossing or crossover, to go up the ski slope.
So remember, we just came in from the helix on that track and come across here, and we've I'll quit trying to use big words. We went clear around the lower part of the upper level. It's getting ready to come out. There will be a tunnel portal here, and now it's going to go up.
And since we had this switch it, you need to throw turnout number 304.
And we haven't showed this in the video, but this train left the lower yard down here. It's went clear through the helix. It's come up, went through the upper level, and it's going to hit the helix and go back down to the lower yard. We haven't had to use a turntable to turn an engine or any of that kind of stuff. No runarounds to get the train facing the other way. So, and stay tuned, because there's going to be some serious modifications in this area here that's going to really change the operating possibility, or that's not the right phrase to use, but anyway, it's going to give us a lot more operation capabilities in this area across the lift bridge and things.
And as you can see, heads across the lift bridge, and it's going to go in the Great White Mountain there, and on to other points through the helix. All right. Anything else you got to add?
Well, you know, just that, you know, it's been great having Harold and Mark and Steve and I did a dinner out on the patio yesterday, and
Stephen, Mark, and I did it again today. And it's nice just to carry on the tradition of the River Valley Railroad. Don't forget to come back, guys, when we post new videos, because there's some other stuff that's going on. I got a surprise today, but it's not completely finished, so I'm not going to tell what it is. We're going to wait when we do a video of it. And as always, thanks you guys for watching. And if you're ever in the Tucson area, shoot Mark a personal message so you can make arrangements. So if I'm not in town, if Mark's here after classes, I'm sure Mark would be more than willing to give you guys an opportunity to operate on the River Valley Railroad.
And as always, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to this guy,
Steve Roberts, on YouTube.
We'll put him in the comments, and of course me, Mark. Like and subscribe me as well. That's it. I think we need to call this a night. What do you think? All right.
It's good.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Just when you thought it was safe, in came the Switch 8. Dum dum dum.